What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Earth Media, and today we are back with The Witcher Season 3. This is Episode 2. I'm going to be reviewing Episode 3 in this video as well, but I haven't watched it yet. And based on that first episode, I thought that first episode was kind of boring. Didn't like the Geralt and Yennefer stuff. And now that they've parted ways, there's a very minimal amount of scenes with Henry Cavill in it. He's in maybe 10 minutes of this episode, and the scenes he's in, I kind of like those scenes, especially the monster scenes that we get. Everything else, I'm kind of indifferent towards. It's not as bad as last episode with the romance subplot that I didn't care for at all. But overall, I mean, every character is making dumb decisions at this point. This whole episode is Ciri making dumb decisions, and then Yennefer tries to connect with her by explaining the dumb decisions that she made last season. And also, we have Jaskier making dumb decisions as well. So that's pretty much this episode in a nutshell. But yeah, we'll get right into the breakdown. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And with that, let's just jump into the breakdown. So here we got a royal messenger from Edirne, and he's apparently traveling to Redania. We see him at the end of the episode. And I don't know that we know what his message is, but I guess there's also war brewing on the horizon. There's hangings going on at this particular bar, and there's just trouble brewing in the north. And that's kind of the stage they're setting for this whole season. And apparently a lot of that ties back to Yennefer sparing Cahir at in the last season. She was supposed to execute him. She broke his chains. I'm still not really sure why she did that at the end of the day. So to this day, they didn't really explain it to my liking. But of course, Yennefer's here as well with Ciri, and she's supposed to be keep it a secret, and her way of doing that is wearing this very expensive looking fur hood thing that doesn't really obscure any of her features or anything. So very sneaky, guys. Really good job doing that. And let's just leave her completely out in the open. You know, definitely don't give her any shelter or anywhere to, you know, hide off the main road. Definitely leave her right in the middle where anybody could spot her, including this messenger guy. So this messenger guy sees her, and we get flashbacks. She gets a flashback to the past or future, flashback to the past, and then also to his future where he dies outside a location, a tower thing. And I suppose that it shocks her or something, but it just feels like she just loses all faculty after that happens. I don't know. She like immediately is spotted by Yennefer, and Yennefer like comes over to her. She's like, she was kicked in the head. I was like, I laughed out loud because I was like, yeah, that's really what she was acting like. I don't understand. She was like, I see you. I guess Yennefer's here to mail a letter to Tisaya, because that's where they're going. They're going back to where she was kicked out of. She kicked herself out. And later in the episode, we go to see all the Brotherhood of Wizards and all that, and they want to kill Ciri. So yeah, let's go there, guys. That's a great idea, great thinking. Definitely, I don't even know if Yennefer told Geralt about how she was kind of kicked out. I don't know. It's dumb. And now we got Geralt going to these old guys we saw, character actors. We saw them last season. They know a lot of things. They got a lot of books. And I kind of enjoyed the actors, and, you know, they had some funny aspects last season, but this is their last episode. They die in this episode, and, you know, Jaskier goes to knock on the door, and then there's a security measure that's going to stab anybody in the hand who is going to knock on there. Seems a little drastic to me. I don't know how good a security that actually is, because anybody who actually wants to do them harm is going to not knock anyway. So they're only protecting themselves from innocent people who want to knock on the door. It's stupid. I don't know. Why is Jaskier here? I don't understand why he's here. He's useless. Doesn't do anything. What is going on with Dandelion everywhere? Okay, I don't understand. And then we cut to Nilfgaard, and this scene is just like very unnecessary. He's telling a story about winning a war and the sword he used to do it, and blah blah blah. I just don't care. He comes up to this lady And he's like, "You balanced my sword," and then she's like, "Yeah, yeah, because you ordered me to, and you're gonna kill me if I don't." It's just like, why would he even say that? I don't understand. It's stupid. It's a pointless scene, boring. I don't care. And we got this mage lady from Nilfgaard last season. She was like cutting people's heads off and stuff. I'm surprised they didn't kill her, but I guess she's in this dungeon, and now they're having her taste wine, and then she drinks it, and then immediately is like, it's not poison. And I suppose there are a lot of poisons that would be bitter, and you'd be able to tell right away. But isn't the point of a taste tester is that you wait a while before you see if it's actually a poison or not? I don't know. But whatever. It's a weird plot line, and she breaks out very easily. So it's weird. So these two, whose names I forget, but they're dead, so who cares? Geralt is here to see if they know where Renice is. Renice is one of their clients. He's paying them to get information about Ciri, so really wrong person to ask, but there's, some information that they get that leads Geralt to where he goes in the rest of the episode. But he's got this weird, like, I'll wager you should throw this thing at me, and then if you hit me, then I get to pay you later. I don't understand what the wager thing is about. It's just kind of dumb, but whatever. So basically, Geralt's trying to find out who Renice is working for, and they don't tell him. They say he doesn't have enough money, and he is led to a castle. So they lead him to a castle instead, and then they propose the idea that, oh, you can fake Ciri's death by getting somebody that looks like her and killing them and all that. And yeah, these guys are evil bastards. So, that part of the storyline's okay. I like the idea, planting that seed there. But of course we know Geralt's not going to go for that. He's not going to sacrifice somebody's life. At least they better not do that. That'd be kind of a weird way to take the storyline. And then Yaskar's like, take me with you. And Geralt's like, no, it's too dangerous. And then Yaskar's like, oh, I'm sad now. And then he's like, he's gonna kill me anyway, I guess. I don't know. What is the point of Yaskar in this season? I don't understand why he's here. And now we are looking for a lady who can make portals. And the lady doesn't give them a portal because somebody else happens to come in at the exact same time with a child who's very important. So coincidence, a very big coincidence. Somebody who's very important apparently Ciri frees the child, which, I guess shows she's trying to help. She gets another vision. She's like, this kid is going to die, so we're going to save him. And then they basically have to kill this guy. So now that's going to have big consequences, apparently. I don't know anything with this show. What's going on? It's a bunch of storylines I don't care about. Okay, and it's Ciri acting dumb, it's Yennefer acting dumb, it's everybody acting dumb, and here's the scene where they're like, yeah, the Brotherhood of Wizards, we want to kill Ciri so that the kings in the north trust us again. And then, of course, that's where we're going. Yeah, let's bring Ciri here, I guess. I don't know. Apparently, Triss is here, and I feel like it's a different character from the Triss I know, so I don't really like her that much. And we got this really weird scene with Dijkstra getting whipped. I don't know what the hell this is, and I hate it. So, no, I don't like it. It's really stupid. There's some weird kink stuff going on, and it's just, no. No, thank you. And we got Dandelion performing for Radovid, and I guess they're gonna have a relationship or whatever. I don't know. Gay subtext. Why? Whatever. I don't know. I never saw Dandelion that way, but I guess we're doing that. Then Geralt drinks the potion, and now he's got the black eyes going, and he's going into this creepy place. I'm like, dude, if this was the show, I would like it. Can we just get more Geralt and less of the other stuff, please? Because this is what I want. Okay, and now we got Ciri and Yennefer walking in the woods, and then all of a sudden Yennefer's like, we're turning around and we're going this other way on a I'm gonna show you where I grew up. Oh dude, what the hell? And then Cahir is fighting. I kind of lost track what's going on with him. He was the guy who was looking for Ciri last season, he got freed by Yennefer, like I said, and now he is fighting, and he gets saved by the Scoia'tael guy, and they're talking about how they don't like, I guess they don't like Francesca, and Cahir's got a deal with this guy that he's gonna let him lead the elves or something, I guess. So I guess we're going there. And here's Fringilla again in the dungeon, and she's talking to this guy, and she's basically explaining her past, presumably for people who forgot who she is. And then she, it's a very boring conversation because it's all information we know already. And then this guy passes out drunk, and then she's like, hey, we got another one, I guess meaning a poison wine cup that killed this guy. And it's just like, he might have just passed out. You didn't even check his pulse. And they're like, he's instantly dead. And they're like, okay, put him in this bag. And that's how she gets away. She puts herself in the bag. And it's like, they didn't notice that she was in the bag and not the guy there. And I get that she's like a master of illusion, but she also has the shackles that make her magic not work. So, what? How did she get out? It makes no sense. It's dumb. You might as well not even shown that and just shown her escaped. And she escaped somehow. Whatever. So, and then we got Jaskier playing a song. And it's the worst song that he's done. The singing is bad. And it's like a love song, I guess. And it's dumb. And they close in on this other guy, Radovid's like, man, my dick is hard now, I guess. I don't know. I forgot to mention that right after the performance by Jaskier, he literally does a please clap because nobody claps. It's like, yeah, I guess they all didn't think it was good either. And I don't know, Jaskier wants him to go after the Rhaenys guy who Geralt is already going after, so I guess Jaskier doesn't think Geralt is good enough to do it. This other guy is, even though this other guy is not equipped in the same way that Geralt is. I guess maybe he has money. He tells them about the two old people with all the information earlier, and I'm just like, you're selling these people out, and they're gonna get kidnapped or killed or tortured or something. He's not just gonna give them money like that. Jaskier, what are you thinking? You think this guy is like a good guy? What the hell? And then we're in this creepy castle, and we got there's these weird tentacles on the wall with faces on them, and there's a girl who looks like Ciri, and like I'm like, if this is the show, I would like it. It's not even that great of a scene, but it's like, we got creepy looking stuff. It looks a little goofy, but it's creepy, and we got a spooky monster, and he fights the monster, and the CGI is okay, and I like the fights. I like Geralt saving people and fighting monsters. That's what I want to see. And we get like 2 minutes of it. Could we just get a little more of that and a little less everything else, please? I would actually like the show at that point. And here is Fringilla getting away somehow. Who knows? And then we're in Redania's court. Radovid's telling Dijkstra about the information Jaskier gave him, and he's also revealing that the king had a meeting with somebody from Nilfgaard. I don't know if did we see that, and I'm just forgetting. I don't know how he knows that, but anyways, then we got this Rhaenys guy burning down this the old people's house, and I guess it's because they told Geralt too much, I suppose. And maybe they should have seen that coming and told Geralt about it. I don't know. But I guess they're just out for the money. So they're dead now. That's a dead-end storyline. And now we got Tissaia and her husband. And they're talking about Yennefer coming back. And they're saying that they're okay with it, I suppose, because they love Yennefer so much. Or Tissaia loves Yennefer so much. Even though I think it's a bit more complicated than that. And then this guy is like, well, I have one thing in common with Yennefer. We both love you. Okay, alright then. I'm sure Yennefer wants to get down and dirty with Tissaia as well, I guess. And then we flash back to all of Yennefer's past and history. Now Ciri knows the whole story. And did they really need to come to this open field to do that? Couldn't they done a mind meld elsewhere? I don't know. Either way, I guess we're doing something with the history. This is where Yennefer's like, yeah, everything I did led to the war brewing in the north, and we both made terrible mistakes. And I'm just boggling my mind. Like, why did she even free that guy to begin with? I don't understand what's going on. It's really dumb. And then here we got the girl who thinks that she's Ciri. And that's the cliffhanger for the end of the episode. So I do think that's interesting. Somebody's breeding girls to look like Ciri. Curious to learn more about that. And again, if it was just Geralt's parts of the episode and that's all that it was, I'd probably like the show. But with that, I'm going to be watching the next episode. We'll see you guys on the other side. So I just finished episode 3 of The Witcher season 3, and I gotta say this episode was a little bit better. It definitely had a lot more like interesting plot twists and a few interesting scenes. Not a lot of monster action in this episode, but actually other stuff made up for it. So this is the best episode of the season so far, and I'm a little bit more curious now about the rest of the season. So this is kind of the turning point where I'm not hating the season at this moment. So it's an improvement. I'll give it that. The only scene I really didn't care for much at all is this first scene here with Jaskier. He's kind of recounting his little performance he had with Radovid, and I guess they really are doing the romance subplot, I guess. He's talking about how he wants to use Radovid to his advantage, but he's like saying a bunch of good stuff, and then the girl that threw him out in the earlier episode is saying he's got a crush on him or whatever. So I guess I guess so. I guess that's what we're doing now. It seems goofy to me, but okay. But I mean, this scene really just shows, you know, he's using a really poorly stated metaphor, so they're just trying to make him look as dumb as possible, and it just falls flat for me. I don't think it's funny. And they made a joke in the previous episode where Geralt said how his joke was not his best. It's like every joke is not his best. So they all fall flat to me. Not a fan of how they're portraying this character at this point. But Geralt shows up and interrupts. He's cock-blocking, so to speak. And then there's the girl who thought she was Ciri is going a little crazy. And then Jaskier is here to help. Somehow, he's always tagged along, but I don't really know what he actually does. He's just always here, I guess, I guess he's here to comfort her. But we're going to someone named Annika, and she knew Geralt's mother, and we get a little backstory there. A little bit underwhelming, but we got this guy Otto, who is a werewolf that Geralt helped change from that, stay in regular form with an enchanted amulet. We learn a little bit about that. So I like that backstory. You know, it's an interesting story. It's a little flimsy. He's got an amulet that stops him from transforming, but it just feels like a huge risk that you would, like, all that has to happen is, you know, he falls and then it falls off of him, somebody steals it from him, something happens, you know, he rolls over in his sleep and the thing falls off. Like, I'm assuming he has to have this on when he's in the bath at all times. Anything could happen. It could get caught on something and rip. You know, it just seems like a lot riding on a little amulet, and then he could just start killing people out of the blue. So, I don't know, that part didn't really work for me, but I guess we are here to try to help this girl, and they're trying to find out the mage that, of course, Renice is working for. And I remember now that we see her in this episode, and I realize we knew who she was before, so it's like we're setting up this whole mystery, but we already have seen her before, so that it kind of falls flat that we're hinging a lot of the plot on something we already know. But, you know, I guess it's just an excuse to get us going somewhere. So we're at this bank, and this is because Yennefer is going to meet with Tissaia here. And she decides, like, oh, I'm supposed to protect you, but we're going to split up now. Instead of having you hole up somewhere safe, I mean, she would probably run away anyway, but I don't know why not bring the girl to the meeting, but I guess it's personal. I don't know. Seems like a risk to just, okay, everybody's hunting for this girl. Yennefer's like, nobody's going to hunt for you here. What would make you say that? I mean, the one thing with this show is, like, you don't get a sense of scope, and you don't really understand where things are located. So we don't know how far away things are, and it just seems like everything's a day's ride away, and there's no, sense of travel really. So we're just in a rush to get to place to place. So it really feels like people could show up out of nowhere looking for Syria. All it takes is another one of those creatures that can smell elven blood or something, right? I mean, what is it that makes her so sure that nobody's gonna come up on her? But she gives her like this coin thing that's supposed to be able to communicate with her at a distance if she needs help. So that's something at least. And now we got the King of Redania, and we're asking him, Dijkstra is asking him about the person from Nilfgaard that he met. He doesn't like that he wasn't clued in on that. He doesn't like other people influencing the king. So he and Philippa basically scheme. And that's my favorite part of the episode, is the payoff at the end for the scheme. I actually really like it. But the lead up to that, we're having a secret conversation, plotting in the middle of a hallway where anybody can overhear anything. You could say these are nitpicks, but they add up to me. So, and of course it's overheard by Radovid, and Radovid wants a bit more of a role, I think, in running things and having influence. So then we have the scene with Tissaia and Yennefer, and I thought this scene kind of fell flat too, because it's just the tone is all wrong. Yennefer comes in with like this false confidence and then pretty much insults her right away. And it's like, you're trying to convince somebody to help you. I don't know. I guess they have a weird relationship. So I don't know. It's weird. And Yennefer's ranting about money. We're just having this side conversation where money's just an illusion to control the masses. I mean, actually, it's an invention to make trading more convenient. But, I guess you could say that. I mean, I do like people recognizing that money is an illusion. Fine. But at the end of the day, it is just a tool. But, I guess we're getting philosophical. It just doesn't feel related to the rest of the scene. And just the tone is weird. And Ciri's walking through the market now with this kid who's supposed to protect her, but there's no way this... I mean, he does punch somebody at the end of the episode, but I just looking at this guy, I'm like, he's not like a warrior or security guard or anything. What the hell? And they throw insults back and forth, and the guy at one point says, "I'm wheat intolerant. I can't eat that." That's not a thing in a fantasy world, bro. Come on. I don't even know that they would know that word. There's a lot of like modern language in this, and all the swearing and stuff really feeds into that. So that's just overall criticisms that I have. But we have this painting of the tower, which now I've forgotten the last episode, but now I realize that that's where the training, where Tissaia is located, and the witches are being trained and whatnot. So, and now we got this guy Istrid, who was a love interest for Yennefer at some point, but now he's trying to learn about the monoliths. So it's just a brief scene. Somebody he hired to find something. There's a book on the way to some other witch or wizard of some kind. So somebody else is trying to learn about the monoliths as well. I'm guessing we'll get back to that later. And now here we are with Cahir and the Scoia'tael guy meeting with Emhyr and the King of Nilfgaard, of course. And Cahir basically wants to get back in the good graces of the Emperor, of course. And we get a little bit of his backstory later. And basically the Scoia'tael guy is trying to convince him, the Emperor, to put him in charge of the elves instead of Francesca. But of course Francesca is trying to look for Ciri, which is something that he wants anyway. So he doesn't like that guy causing trouble. So I like this part too, where actually he tells Cahir, you have to do something for me to prove your loyalty to me and get rid of this guy who's causing trouble. And I thought that was a good part of the storyline. It was a little predictable, but I did like how that paid off at the end. I thought it was a nice little scene there. I forgot to mention that there's a scene here where Geralt is talking to Jaskier about how Jaskier lied by omission by not telling him about talking to the Redanians, and he's saying, trying to convince Geralt that it's a good idea to bring Ciri there. Geralt says it's not a good idea. I don't know why Geralt doesn't think it's a bigger deal that Jaskier was kind of lying to him, scheming behind his back. That seems like weird writing to me. But I suppose that's an interesting conflict, talking about the neutrality of the Witchers, and that's a decent part of the storyline. Here we got another scene with Jaskier, and then we're talking to... He rushes in, and it's like, we got to talk to this girl now, and then she's like, you got to wait until the treatment works. I don't know why he is in such a rush, other than just Geralt being in a rush in general, but he wakes the girl up, revealing information about the person that Rhaenys is working for, whose name I forget, I'm sorry. But then the lady takes over the girl, and she, just basically threatens him and then starts using magic. So, it's a kind of cool scene. I like the scene, and then the guy's amulet falls off. Like I said, he's very vulnerable. He's riding a lot on that amulet there. So Geralt manages to stop him transforming in time, and that's all well and good. So here's a weird scene in the market. There's a kind of carnival thing going on, and there's a wyvern in this crate, and then Ciri's like, that's not a basilisk, or whatever he said it was, that's a wyvern. I don't know why she feels the need, like, nobody's being hurt by this. Like, yeah, maybe comment to people around, like, he's lying, it's full of crap, but it just... I don't know why she's constantly trying to get herself in trouble when she's like in danger at all times. It just feels so petty. I don't know what the point of it is. She gets a lot of people in danger. The carnival guy like kind of swings at her and then knocks the thing over, and then now we have a fight. I don't know. It's a goofy scene. I don't like this scene very much. The girl that she was talking to, they had a weird conversation at the beginning of the scene too. It just, the whole tone didn't work for me. But this lady steals some money from her, from Ciri. So yeah, it's a weird scene. I don't know. Could break it down a little bit more, but it just seems unnecessary. And then Ciri uses the coin thing to call Yennefer. Yennefer shows up, and also all of these other witches happen to be there at the same time. And we got a weird tone going on here too. They just assume right away that she's like one of the other witches, novices in training, and I don't know why they would assume that. I mean, it's just a random girl, for all they know. So that was a weird tone. And then Tasia's like, you gotta look at me so I could see my past, and then she cries blood, and then it's weird. And then this scene's also really weird, and like the tone is off. Like Yennefer is just getting high, and they're gossiping and being weird, and I don't know, like, if this Yennefer's like, this is who I have to be to fit in here, fine, but why didn't you warn Ciri about this, or give her some heads up that, hey, I'm gonna like be a little weird right now? I don't know, it's just, I don't like it. The earlier scene with Tasia, she's like, oh, you've been searching all this time and now you've become a mother. Yeah, well, she's really not good at that at all. And also, she was trying to get her child killed at the end of last season for her own benefit, so I don't know about that. And here we got a scene with Geralt and this the lady whose name I forget already. She knew, obviously, Geralt's mother, and then Geralt tells the backstory of how his mother, like, kind of left. I just thought that it was weird that Geralt's, like, crying and getting all emotional, like... I know he's attached to his mother, but he's also a witcher, doesn't have many emotions, and even if he wasn't a witcher, I don't know, like, dudes don't just, like, cry at the top of a hat like that, it's just not like how men act, and it's just weird writing. So I don't know, it's just, I don't understand, don't understand that bit. Not that men don't cry ever, but it's just, not like that. It's weird acting as well. I think Henry Cavill, he's a Witcher fan, so I think he is like, I don't think Geralt would cry here. And the director's like, you gotta do it. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna be like stone-faced, but you can still have the tears dropping off my face, I guess. It's a very clearly just like eye drops or something. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel genuine. So it was weird. And then we got a scene here where Yennefer's like, let's get everybody together and we'll all be united and it'll be great. And and united in killing Siri, I guess, like we talked about earlier. But Siri is running away and she's calling for Geralt on the coin, and then she takes a horse, and it's like Yennefer wasn't watching her or anything. Like, what the fuck? What is going on? And here's a scene that I really like this scene, bro. This scene was really good. So Dijkstra wants to turn the king here against Nilfgaard. He doesn't want him to trust the person that he's talking to. So he has the king's wife killed, and then sends her head to him in a box, and then has the king's brother Radovid bring it in. So just really good. It was good plotting. And then they have Dijkstra kind of lets Radovid know that it was him, like very subtly. Radovid picks up on it, and then he threatens him and explains, you're the one who brought the head in. Like, he trusts me. It's a good scene. It was a good, like, Game of Thrones kind of conspiracy thing. I liked it. And then we got a very unnecessary sex scene for no reason. I guess this lady is the one who killed the Hedwig, I think her name is. I remember because of Harry Potter. Hedwig is the woman whose head got decapitated. That was cool. So they're plotting some more. It just seems like an unnecessary scene, just to get edgy Game of Thrones in there, I guess. And here's the lady we did see last season. Now I remember seeing her, and this is the person we're trying to find. She's hiding her face. And then we are back with the elves, and they're in a desperate situation. And then we got this good payoff scene where the Scoia'tael guy gets murdered by Cahir. He murders his friend. He takes a bunch of shots, and it was well executed. I thought it was good. The only little nitpick I have here is he runs over and smashes the mirror. It just felt a little rushed to me, but there's only so much time in TV, I suppose. And then Ciri's getting chased by the Wild Hunt, and the CGI, like I've said, the CGI monsters are good. CGI on the Wild Hunt, I think, needs work. It's not great, and it just the dialogue writing wasn't very good. Yes, we are corpses, but you are death itself. I don't know. It just sounds corny. And then Geralt shows up right coincidentally. I mean, I guess she did call him on the coin, but I don't know. It just felt coincidental, But that's pretty much it. So it's a little bit better. I liked some scenes in this episode here at the end of the episode, but there were a lot of critiques here. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I do plan on covering the final 2 episodes. Let me know what you guys think. I hope to see you for future videos. And with that, it's been your boy Shuggy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.